Now, talking about beliefs, I believed that I was no good. I believed that I was the ugly duckling. I believed lots of beliefs that interfered with this body-mind functioning. You see, I don't call this body-mind me. You might call this body-mind you. I might call your body-mind you. But the body-mind is actually not you or me. That's a false belief. The body-mind is just an organism that is made up of many organs and parts and liquids and energy and water and goodness knows what. Disgusting matter. What we truly are is independent of the body-mind. Consider this. Did I grow this hair? Am I speaking? Did I grow my fingernails? Am I replenishing the skin, the cells? No. I is independent of the body-mind. And what I is the same as what you is and everyone else. And that is consciousness. I am conscious that my nails need cutting. I am conscious that there is saliva in my mouth. I am conscious because I can see this hair possibly needs cutting. I'm conscious that it's not terribly warm in this room. I'm conscious. I'm witnessing all of this. I am not identified. I am not identifying with anything that I see. I am not this body-mind. I am not the pain that occurs when I pinch my skin. I am independent of that. Well, that's my realization. What's yours? And my realization about this body-mind is the same realization about your body-mind, so-called. It's necessary to use these pronouns, of course, in society and in living, but in reality, we are not these ugly ducklings that our minds decide that we are. You might consider yourself beautiful. Then along comes someone and says, "Ooh, don't like your nose. Don't like the way you do that. Ooh." Once we live in this actual realization, the body will function according to its capabilities and limitations. There's no way that this body-mind is going to climb Ben Nevis, let alone Mount Everest, without the body-mind is just what it is. This body-mind is 70 years old in November. But then there's the 9 months in the womb, of course. I am not the personality. I am not the characteristics. I am not the skills and the functions. Just as I am not the heartbeat. I am not the saliva. I'm not the wetness of the saliva. I'm not the seeing. I'm not the smelling. I'm not the shitting. Bring it all in. What says you? I'm not the genitals. The consciousness that I am and which you are is aware. That's its inherent quality of consciousness, is awareness. What's the inherent quality of water other than wet? What's the inherent quality of snow, coldness and iciness? What's the inherent quality of wool, the softness? What's the inherent quality of wood? Well, that can vary, can't it? Hard and soft. What's the inherent quality of sugar? Well, it's sweetness. You cannot separate sugar from sweetness. You cannot separate water from wetness. Once you've realized that you are consciousness, you are free. You are free of the boundaries that we put upon the body-mind. I work for this person who's 90 years old, and he's amazed at what I can do, because I live like an open hand. The body-mind is inherently open. If it's capable of doing whatever it is asked to do, it's capable of whatever it's asked to do. If it's not capable, it's not capable. There's no need to add what I call self-contraction, which prevents the body-mind from living its full potential. If I squeeze this hand, it's preventing the hand from functioning. I'm preventing the mouth from speaking. And if I do that for a certain length of time, and also if I do that, I can't speak so well, can I? So there's a constriction that we keep adding to the body-mind in our heads. We get tense and stressed. It's something we're doing. We don't need to do that. Don't believe in people saying, oh, you are sick, you are that, you are this, you are that. It's the contraction that you're adding. Realize this. It's not necessary. Yes, he's amazed at what I can do. When the body-mind is allowed to live as it should do, it's not nervous, it's not self-conscious, it's not doubtful, it's not fearful and anxious and stressful, it's not even tired. It just is. Whatever it is, without a label. And it's dying. Right from the word go, it's dying. It's going to decompose once in some time. Reminds me of that joke about Beethoven. Someone walks across Beethoven's grave and hears this music sort of slowing down and slowing down and the person said, "Don't worry, that's Beethoven decomposing." We are inherently already happy. As water is inherently wet, the body-mind is inherently happy. This is what there is to realize and to find out. And there's no more blame. You did this to me, you did that to me. Even praise, there's no praise or blame, it's just what it is. And you live a life of love and happiness and joy and tolerance. Is all part and parcel of the inherent state of the body-mind, which is consciousness. I had a friend who said, oh, I must go and, he's a cellist, an excellent cellist. We label him an excellent cellist. And I knew him personally, and he said, Peter, I need to just go and play the cello just to see whether I can still play the cello. Because in theory, we're not whatever we think we are, or unless we're doing it. I'm not a pianist unless I play the piano. It's a function. It's just a function. I have that ability, and so has everyone. So has many people. And in fact, everybody can play the piano. That's playing the piano. Just one. Everyone can do that. I say everyone, or should I say, the body mind of most people can do that. We've got to get rid of this idea that you are the body mind. Consciousness is the body mind. It's conscious. The fingers are conscious. The nose is conscious. The mouth is conscious. It's all consciousness. It has to be realized to be true. And then once you've realized this great realization, the ultimate realization, once that's realized, then there's no going back. You stand alone. And that's where great wisdom comes, from standing alone. The sun stands alone. That's what makes it great. The oak tree is great because it stands alone. The body-mind needs replenishing. It needs food, it needs water. Just like anything that's living, it needs. But the I, which is consciousness, doesn't need anything. Consciousness was never born and will never die. It continues. It's just what it is, which is to be realized. And then life becomes a mystery of how things happen. How did that movement happen? How did that happen? How did that happen? How did this happen? How did this happen? How does it all happen? And that's joy and delight and intimacy. And there's no war with yourself and other consciousnesses. Is that the plural of consciousness? Consciousnesses. In fact, there is no plural. It's just consciousness. Stop being a sheep following sheep. When I was a child, I said to Jesus, I don't want to be your disciple. I don't want to be a follower of you. I want to be more and more like you. Well, here I am. The swan, beautiful swan, not an ugly duckling. Thanks to my teacher, Adidas Samwaj. There he is in all his glory, being worshipped. Maybe that's a picture of him. That which is great has to be revered. The sun worship, we all are sun worshippers. We all love the sun. Oh, why isn't it sunny today? Except when it gets too hot and then we damn the sun. Always something to blame, isn't there? You can never be satisfied. Well, that's true. The body-mind can never be satisfied. Can never be satisfied. Consciousness is satisfied. That's what consciousness is. It's neither satisfied or dissatisfied. It just is. That's what consciousness is. The body-mind can never be satisfied because it's part of duality. It's part of the conditional makeup of life. It's got all the opposites in the body-mind. It acquires and it eliminates. It's cold and hot. It's up and down. But when you're not living like this, when you're not clenching, when you're not constricting the body-mind by tensing up inside you with that self-contraction, then the body-mind will live as it ought. Thank you for listening. There was something else I wanted to share. I shared that one about my friend who had to play the cello in order to realise that he could still play the cello. But that's it. I mean, getting up in the morning. You need to get up in order to know that you still can get up. Well, I can still do that. But due to this, as you get older, as the body-mind gets older, I should say, you believe, I say you, beliefs start interfering with your ability to do things. Don't. Blossom, be blossoming. Every day blossom. Every day blossom. No matter what the body-mind is like. Consciousness is never, ever destroyed. Never. Apparently, because of that, but no, it's still there. Consciousness is a joy. Consciousness is joy. I was going to say believe me, but no. Realize what I'm saying is true. I hold up my hands in praise and in gratitude for this understanding, because I am liberated from the ugly duckling to the beautiful swan. Thank you for listening.